Hi lovers, how are you guys doing? Hilma Daniel here. Welcome to my channel. Happy Sunday, ne? Happy Sunday, guys. Ne? Happy Sunday. It's a Sunday today, and I want to talk to parents. Ne? I want to talk to parents because it's a Sunday today, and I want to talk to childrens also. Ne? And but I think I'll speak to childrens in a separate video. But now I want to talk to parents. Ne? Hi parents. Happy Sunday. I took time to think a little bit, and sometimes I really want to critically think and critically think and critically think, and looking at the parents that we are today, and looking at the world that we are in today, I feel like we have got a lot of work to do than our parents. Here's why: because our children are more exposed to a lot of things than our kids were exposed. Not our kids, but as our parents' kids, then we were exposed to a lot of things. Ne? And the way I am seeing us more relaxed on a lot of things makes me wonder if we are really creating the best child for the future. If things are even gonna get better, or if things are just gonna get worse. Ne? Sometimes I take a moment just to think that we are here now, but people were not here then. A lot of things are changing, but I feel like we are more relaxed. Yeah, we are more relaxed, and I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement, as in to say that let us not relax in God. Yeah? Let us not relax in God, and let us not allow our kids to be on their own. The moment I'm drinking 100% mango juice. I got it from Worth. They normally have the 100% with no additional things added in it. So that's what I'm having. I remember back in the days as growing up in our house, there was always these books. There were always these books in my parents' room. So what we used to do is that we used to take them and read them. When they are not in the house, and we are bored, we are not doing anything. We take them and read them. There was always Kanjarura Masiku. Kanjarura Masiku. I don't know what to tell you in English what it is, but in our language, Kanjarura Masiku. Kanjarura Masiku kena o hapo the siku. Ongereko hai ganja o Kanjarura Masiku kehe omvura. So you can always, this one was for 2022. So you can always go and buy. Shawiko Shinyanga. Topura ndaharo Kanjarura Masiku. By the way, I think I need to go there. If you ask Kanjarura Masiku, you will get at whatever price it is. You will get. They're normally not that expensive. Okambo Hano, it guides kids and people in the house. Ohapunga desiku. Sometimes you want to open your Bible, but you need, sometimes you need guidance. You can do without it, where you are just generally reading, or you can have it mesikunga. No, tokaranga unonko nwendeado kuchai mesiku mangina andikarara. I can open my book and read. Erongo ju Christ. We always had this book. Erongo ju Christ, it have got quite nice education, more especially to children. So, when you're grown up and you are, you have already read it, and you have understood or understood a lot of things in the years, but as in to kids or people that are growing up, it's a nice book, you know, for them just to go through and you know, understand quite a few things explained into details. Ni pango ya puki ya faturwa nawa, you know, into details. It's actually a nice book, ne? You might want to have it, ne? Omambonga ntaka vuri kumonika ko Shinyanga. It's either you can get them ko Shinyanga, nenge you can get them. Some of us are normally our books are tuga monoko nipa ko Shinyanyangizo, or you can get them, you know, in a church, ne? Ongereka very senior dinjo dinanga omambo. I can't speak about other churches, ne? Katikisa, it was also one of the books that we had in the house. Katikisa okafo okeni pango shira. Katikisa okafo okeni pango. Katikisa okafo okeni pango afaturwana washira. Sharongo to Christi. Ipango now muka afaturwana wa well into details. But when I'm scanning through Katikisa kanje muno na momoni ipango afaturwana, but it's one of the books that my parents always had, that, you know, when we are not doing anything, we can always scan through. So let us have this, ne? Let us have this. In addition to this, I would say tuningenyo wanda, ne? Tushuneni moni makashona, tuningenyo wanda, tushuneni moni makashona, tuningenyo wanda, more especially when kids yafayako kayu vite kucha shinoshike. Let us go back, ne? Let us give them this education, because it keeps children glued. It keeps children glued. It helps them make the right decisions. It helps them reason fairly and correctly. Ne? More especially in a world where you just enter. It helps you know what's right and what's wrong. What to avoid and what not to avoid. Because I'm looking at the world today, and the way children are reasoning is questionable. We were also kids. We are also adults. We grew up and we were also adults. But the way people are reasoning, it's some of the things are questionable. Ne? But when you critically think about things, they really take you back to thinking that it comes back to this. Ne? It comes back to this. Etiroka rungo tweje kerihi pomakashon. Ne? It comes back to this. Ne? Let us have ombiberi mumagumbo. Let us have ombiberi mumagumbo we hatureshi monga. No turesha monga, tureshire mungu nona. Tureshire mungu nona mangina ukarara. Tureshire mungu nona nga ombiberi onja puki. Tureshire mungu nona. Shiri, more especially if we ngero twahore kenyu nona oshiri omoha pedakarunga otatoki ya datu nenyo shiwana shiri mevundakano. And most of us are already there. And when antuerine mo mavundakano shiri avi ukugaruwa mavundakano. Ne? You know, don't be a parent that is so relaxed. It's not about you. Ne? It's not about you. Your life is already set. Ne? Don't be a parent that says, I don't believe in God. Ne? Because the moment you see that you are messed up, don't bring kids into the world, because you're going to make it very difficult for the children. We live in a world now where people don't know between the rights and the wrongs, because they don't have anything that is guiding them on the rights and the wrongs. The person is doing something that is completely wrong, but just because they are not leaning on anything, they just believe it's normal. There are things that are not normal, and they've got very bad consequences. But because people, let me end there. Growing up in our houses, we always had ihangano. Ne? Ihangano is a book with different type of songs. Ne? I'm in a choir myself, and I've been in a choir for a while, and I'm planning on joining Ngodorimbo Yegongaro, probably by next year or so. I will think about it. I wanted to start now, but just because of what I'm going through now, I cannot really go to the choirs now. I will join them later. Ne? Ngodorimbo Ihangano is a book with quite a lot of songs. Ne? Singing is fun. Ne? It's fun. But if you critically listen to songs, ne? They've got words in them. When you listen, it looks like it's a song, but when you listen to songs, there are words in the songs. One can learn a thing or two if they are really paying attention, if you're not just singing for the sake of singing. When you are closer to churches or to a church, and you are really, really paying attention, there are people that gathers to, read Bible verses and, explain, and it happens, they choose a day, and then they're like, no, whenever we are meeting up, it's a group of people, they read Bible verses, and then they, where people sit and explain. Kids won't familiarize themselves with these things if us as parents, we are not closer to churches to learn these things, so that we keep them closer to God, so that they learn these things and familiarize themselves also with these things. And the earlier we do this, the better. The earlier we do this, the better, because when you take a child there, I think I made a video one day where I explained about, I like taking my child for Sunday school. And my baby is still very small, but I find other people's babies there that are older, that can, but that can, speak properly, sing properly, and you can really tell the knowledge that the children have and the education that they are given. It's beautiful education. Just to know, just to have morals, morals. How do I explain it to you? Just to have morals, just to know how to interact with people, to know how to talk to people. It's the education is much better when we are, because God wants us to be nice people, and when you are giving children the educations of how to be among people, talk to people nicely, be a good child, it makes them be good children. And I think and I believe that can make tomorrow a better place. That can make our children be good children. That can make our children be good wives. That can make our children be good husbands. That can make our children be good parents for the next future children. There's a say Moshuambo that says Oshithi Ohashirandrompadi. So in us giving children's education of God, it is very important for us as parents to behave accordingly. It's much better when you as a parent, you are behaving accordingly and children are taking good examples. I really feel the need to, I really felt the need to say this on a Sunday of today, because I look in the world. Sometimes I look around and I'm just like, we are in a mess. And we are in a mess, honestly, because we are giving up on God. We don't want God anymore. Now, if us parents are the ones that are so confused like this, and are the ones then they don't want God. But our parents raised us so well that we ended up having good futures. But when we are not taking some of the principles so that we also raise our children so that they can also have good futures, then we are not doing our children's justice. Ne? You wouldn't reason better, you wouldn't have better understanding if your parents didn't raise you a specific way that they raised you. Not all of us have been raised with the Bible, ne? But I want to believe that me being, raised with this way, my experience is that it's the bestest way. Yeah? It's really honestly the bestest way. If we can, and the kids in the world can balance life nicely. I keep saying there's a very thin line between enjoying your life and destroying your future. But when I'm looking at a lot of young people nowadays, most of them are doing it wrong. And playing with your future have got bad consequences. At the end of the day, people are suffering. I'm going to make a separate video for the youth. I first needed to speak to the parents, because I feel like us as parents, we've got a responsibility. And we cannot run away from the fact that, me being a youth, there's nothing that guided me more like Proverbs. Proverbs guides you so nicely. And sometimes you read things and you're like, this is it. As a young person, how you should walk. Even if your parents are not there, when you go through this Bible, you're like, this is it. And let us not it's the only way they are gonna have a good future. Yeah? I'm gonna end here with this. Let's hope I did not bore you, but let's hope really we take this serious, because I just feel like as parents we are not doing kids or children's justice. Yeah? I'll see you guys in my next video.